Why we lose bladder control with age. Have you ever felt that desperate urge, but when you got to the bathroom, it was too late? Or even worse, have you ever avoided leaving home for fear of not finding a bathroom in time? If you're over 50, know that you're not alone. Millions of people live daily with this silent anguish that nobody wants to talk about. Imagine having to map out every bathroom wherever you go. Imagine canceling that lunch with friends because you're afraid of an accident. Imagine waking up several times during the night, interrupting your sleep, your peace, your well-deserved rest. The shame is real. The feeling that your own body has betrayed you is devastating. You who have always been independent, who always took care of everyone, now find yourself at the mercy of a bladder that seems to have a mind of its own. And the worst part? Most people think this is normal with age, that it's the inevitable price of getting older, that you need to conform to adult diapers, to the loss of dignity, to the constant fear of wetting yourself in public. But I need to tell you a truth that can change everything. This is not a definitive sentence. Your body isn't broken. It just needs the right nutrients to strengthen the muscles that control your bladder. It needs specific foods that fight the silent inflammation that weakens your pelvic floor. Imagine being able to leave home without hurry, without anxiety. Imagine sleeping through the entire night without interruptions. Imagine traveling, laughing, sneezing, coughing, without fear. Imagine regaining your freedom, your confidence, your life. Today I'm going to show you 4 functional foods that can give you back control of your bladder. They're simple, they're in your kitchen, and they have scientifically proven power to strengthen the muscles you thought were lost forever. It's not about going back to being 20 years old. It's about living your years with dignity, freedom, and without shame. So first of all, subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell, because this type of information can transform not just your health, but your entire quality of life. And everyone deserves to age with dignity. Let's understand what really happens to your body when the uncontrolled bladder appears. Think of your bladder as a balloon inside a basket of muscles. This basket is what we call the pelvic floor, a set of muscles that hold your internal organs in the right place. Over the years, this basket begins to loosen. For women, menopause brings a drastic drop in estrogen, the hormone that kept these muscles firm and elastic. It's as if the glue that kept everything in place started to lose its strength. For men, an enlarged prostate presses on the bladder, creating turbulence in the normal flow of urine. But here's the secret that few know. Your pelvic floor muscles are like any other muscle in the body. They respond to what you eat. When your body is inflamed, and this happens silently with age, these muscles become weak and inelastic. It's as if they're always tired, always without strength to do their job. The good news? Recent research shows that people who consume foods rich in magnesium, vitamin D, and omega-3 are up to 40% less likely to develop urinary incontinence. That's because these nutrients fight inflammation and restore muscle strength. Other studies demonstrate that specific fibers help regulate not only the intestine, but also the pressure inside the pelvis, relieving the overload on the bladder. Imagine your pelvic muscles like a fisherman's net. When it's well-nourished, strong, and flexible, it can hold any weight. But when it's dry, inflamed, and without adequate nutrition, any little pressure makes it give way. The difference between a person who suffers from incontinence and another who maintains control often lies on the plate. It's not genetics. It's not bad luck. It's intelligent nutrition. And the most beautiful thing about all this is that it's never too late to start. Your muscles can be strengthened. Your bladder can function properly again, and your confidence can be restored. But what really moves me is knowing that there is real, scientific, and accessible hope. And who proves this is the story of Mrs. Regina, 72 years old, who 6 months ago couldn't even go to the supermarket alone. Mrs. Regina has always been a woman of strength. At 72 years old, she raised 4 children alone, worked as a seamstress her entire life, and still took care of her house garden with the love of someone who cherishes every little flower. But a year ago, something changed. It started with small leaks when she coughed or laughed too loud. At first, she thought it was normal. After all, she had already had 4 children, right? Woman thing, she told herself. The problem got worse. Mrs. Regina started waking up wet during the night. She had to run to the bathroom several times, but didn't always make it in time. The shame was so great that she stopped visiting her daughters, stopped going to church on Sundays, and even canceled the tradition of making Sunday lunch for the whole family. I felt like a burden, she told me, with tears in her eyes. How was I going to explain to my grandchildren that Grandma was wearing diapers? Her youngest daughter, worried, took Mrs. Regina to the doctor. He explained about the weakening of the pelvic floor and prescribed some exercises, but he also mentioned something that changed everything. Mrs. Regina, you need to take better care of your diet. Your body is asking for specific nutrients. That's when she decided to change. She started including foods in her routine that would strengthen her internal muscles. At breakfast, always a portion of natural yogurt with flaxseed. At lunch, dark leafy greens sautéed. In the afternoon, a handful of nuts. The first weeks were difficult. Mrs. Regina almost gave up several times. But at the end of the first month, she noticed she was waking up less during the night. In the second month, she managed to go to the bakery without hurry, without fear. Today, 3 months later, Mrs. Regina is back to hosting Sunday lunches. She returned to the prayer group. And last week, for the first time in a long time, she laughed loudly at her grandson's joke without worrying about anything. I couldn't believe that food could make such a difference, she told me, radiant. I thought my life of freedom was over, but I discovered it was just paused, waiting for me to take care of myself the right way. And you? Have you been through something similar? Or do you know someone who lives with this anguish? Comment below. Don't be ashamed. You'll see that you're not alone, and your story can inspire other people not to give up, of your bladder's best friends. Probiotics fight bad bacteria that cause recurrent urinary infections, one of the main causes of incontinence in seniors. Additionally, yogurt is rich in calcium and magnesium, essential minerals for proper muscle contraction. How to consume it? 1 cup at breakfast with a spoon of ground flaxseed. If you're lactose intolerant, you can substitute with water, kefir, or coconut yogurt. Second, alley. Fatty fish, sardines, salmon, tuna. These fish are true nutritional jewels. The omega-3 present in them reduces the inflammation that weakens pelvic muscles. Canned sardines work perfectly. Twice a week, sautéed with tomato and onion. If you don't like fish, chia seeds soaked in water for 30 minutes have the same effect. 1 tablespoon a day already makes a difference. Third, alley, dark leafy greens, kale, spinach, broccoli. These greens are rich in magnesium, the mineral that relaxes muscles when necessary and strengthens them when needed. It's like the orchestra conductor of your pelvic muscles. Sauté half a cup at lunch with garlic and olive oil. Simple as that. If you have difficulty chewing, blend in a blender with water and drink as green juice. Fourth, alley, pumpkin seeds. These small seeds are true treasures. Rich in zinc and magnesium, they specifically strengthen the muscles that control the bladder. For men, they also help with prostate problems. A handful, about 2 tablespoons, as an afternoon snack or sprinkled on salad. They can be roasted in the oven with a little salt. The most beautiful thing is that these foods work together, like a team. Each one has its specific function, but together they create a symphony of health inside your body. Mrs. Regina started with just 1, yogurt with flaxseed. Then she gradually included the others. In 30 days, she already felt a difference. In 90 days, her life had completely changed. The truth is simpler than you imagine. Your body still has an incredible capacity to recover. It was just waiting for the right nutrients to function with dignity again. You don't need to accept loss of control as inevitable destiny. You don't need to live at the mercy of bathrooms, diapers, shame. Your body is wise and responds quickly when you offer it adequate fuel. Now I want you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself 3 months from now. Imagine waking up in the morning and realizing you slept all night without interruptions. Imagine a peaceful breakfast without rush. Imagine leaving home to meet a friend and feeling that nice lightness of someone who doesn't need to map out bathrooms along the way. Imagine laughing loudly at a funny joke without worrying about anything. Imagine traveling to visit that child who lives far away and not worrying about the bus trip. Imagine going to the movies, theater, church, supermarket. Imagine living free again. Imagine looking in the mirror and feeling proud of the strong and independent person you've always been and continue to be. Because aging is not synonymous with losing dignity. The difference between the person who suffers in silence and the one who recovers their freedom lies in small daily choices. A yogurt here, a vegetable there, a handful of seeds over there. Simple gestures that transform into great victories. You don't need to change everything today. You don't need to be perfect. Start with one food, one choice, one day at a time. Your body is patient and generous. It will respond to the care it receives. Remember, you're not asking for a miracle. You're just offering your body the tools it needs to do the work it has always known how to do. Your freedom is worth every small effort. Your dignity deserves every change, and your quality of life is in your hands, literally, in the hands that choose what to put on the plate. This isn't just a video about nutrition. It's about you regaining confidence in yourself. It's about you living without fear again. It's about you discovering that there's still much to enjoy and that your body is on your side in this journey. If this content brought hope to your heart, if you felt there's a light at the end of the tunnel, like this video right now, that's how we know we're on the right path, together, without shame, taking care of each other. An ordinary goodbye. It's an invitation for you to start writing a new chapter of your story. Today you discovered that your body isn't broken, that incontinence isn't a definitive sentence, that there's dignity in mature age, and that small dietary changes can restore great freedoms. But the most important thing you need to take from here is this. You deserve to live well. You deserve to age with pride, with independence, with joy. Don't let anyone convince you that discomfort and embarrassment are normal with age. You who have taken care of everyone your whole life, who worked, who fought, who built family and history, you deserve to take care of yourself now. And taking care of yourself isn't vanity. It's responsibility. It's self-love. It's justice. It's not about going back to being 20 years old. It's about living your years, however many they may be, with the quality you've always deserved. It's about choosing dignity every day, one forkful at a time. If this video touched your heart, in some way, if you felt that you're not alone in this journey, that there's hope, where before there was only resignation, then our mission was accomplished. Because this channel exists for this, to remind you that it's not too late. It's never too late to take better care of yourself. It's never too late to seek quality of life. It's never too late to allow yourself to dream of better days. The change you need is within reach of your hands. It's in your kitchen, on your plate, in your next trip to the market. It's in your decision not to give up on yourself. Your pelvic muscles are waiting for nutrition. Your bladder is waiting for care. Your self-esteem is waiting for attention. And we're here, waiting to continue this journey together with you. If you want to support us and keep this space of welcome and information alive, click the Super Thanks button below. Or if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel right now. That's how we build a community of people who take care of and support each other. Take care of your bladder, and it will take care of your freedom. What you do for yourself today, your dignity will thank you tomorrow. Until our next meeting. And remember, You're not alone in this journey.